Okay class, so if we have mixed cost and we want to segregate fixed cost and variable cost, we can do it in three ways. This is the first one, which is called as Scattergraph. How you will do that? First, you need to plot the figures. Okay, figures for what? For the points. Points for what? For x and y. Now this x and y actually tells you about the variables. X is on the x-axis and this is the independent variable, whereas y is on the y-axis and this is the dependent variable. So you have a set of data with different points of x and y. You simply need to plot it on a graph paper. So these are all the points on the graph paper. Now you need to fit a line or draw a line. Now what are the rules to draw a line? There are two things which you need to keep in mind. The first thing is that the line should at least touch one point, at least one point. Secondly, there should be equal number of points above and below the line. So you can draw any line which satisfy this rule. Once you've drawn the line, you need to extend the line to the y-axis so that it touches the y-axis. Now this is the point where you will get from your equation y equals a plus bx, you will get a, or in other words, you will get your fixed cost. So this is the point of your fixed cost. Now second, you need to find out the variable cost per unit, which is given by b over here. Now how do you find out the variable cost per unit? You can find it by finding the slope of this line. Now how to find out the slope? The easy formula is to remember what we learned before as rise over run. Now what is rise over run? Rise is change in y due to change in x. Now you need to find out the change in y and then divide it by the change in x. So take any 2 points on the line, on the graph which you have made. So this is, let's say, the first point and this is the second point. Now we need to find out the change in y and then change in x. This is the change in y, whereas this is the change in x. So you need to divide the change in y by change in x and you will get the variable cost per unit. Now once you've got the variable cost per unit, just write it in this formula and you will get the equation of a straight line. So this is your scatter graph method to find out fixed cost and variable cost from mixed cost. Thank you.